Hello, math students. Yay, math. All right. So, are the lines parallel? We've got to explain this. So, we're going to do a few examples here, and then you can flip it over to the other side of this, and this will be your homework. This side right here, 4, 5, 6. So, are the lines parallel? Well, let's see here. We know the lines are going to be parallel if we've got some congruent angles or complementary angles, things like that. So the question is, are there any angle pairs on here that make these lines congruent? Well, it just happens there are. These are alternate exterior angles. So the lines do have to be parallel. Now I'm going to give you an example of a bad answer. Yes, because alternate exterior. That's a bad answer. We need to be a little bit more specific than that. So what we're actually going to do here is we're going to name these angles. I'm going to call this angle 2. Yes, you can add names to the angles. I'm going to call this angle 3 right here. So what we could say is, yes, we're going to explain which lines are parallel. Yes, A is parallel to B. A is parallel to B because the alternate exterior angles are congruent. And then we're going to be specific, because otherwise I'm not sure, are you talking about these? I don't know. So we're going to say angle 2 is congruent to angle 3. That is a good explanation. That's a good explanation. Now you could also do the following. You could have looked at this and said, well, these are vertical angles, so angle 1's 115. Angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical. So angle 1 is 115 degrees. That means angle 1's congruent to angle 3 by the transitive property. Abbreviate transitive like that. By transitive property, since they both are 115. Then we still got to finish it though. So those angles are corresponding angles. Since angle 1 and angle 3 are corresponding angles and congruent, we have to say they're congruent. That means line A is parallel to line B. This is also a good one. So this is correct. This would also be correct. This, sad face. All right, let's move on to the next one here. A little bit tougher. Are the lines parallel? Well, we got to be specific. Which lines are parallel? I didn't name this one, so I'm going to call this one D. Well, it looks like these might be parallel. It's hard to tell, though. Maybe these are parallel. So let's name the angles first. I'm going to call this angle 1 in here. I'm going to call this angle 2. I'm going to call this angle 3. And I'm going to call this whole thing now angle 4. All right, so I'm going to do a look. So right now, angle 1 and angle 2, those are alternate interior, but those are not equal, so B's not parallel to D. Down here, though, if I look at this, angle 4 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 3. Well, I can use that. Angle 4 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 3. That's the angle addition postulate. You don't have to cite that, but it's good if you do. So that means angle 4 is 20 plus 18, so that's 38 degrees. Ooh, hey, that's also 38 degrees. Angle 1 is 38, and angle 4 is 38. So by the transit property, angle 1's congruent to angle 4. Since the alternate interior angles are congruent, A is parallel to B. And we're done. Should be putting QED at the end of each proof, at the end of each explanation. All right. And on this one, we're going to do the same sort of thing. Okay, let's see here. We've got angle 1 right there. I'll call this angle 2. I'll call this angle 3. Call this angle 4. There's a couple different ways we can do this, depending on how you look at it. Let's see here. Well, angle 3 and angle 4, I'm going to call this whole thing angle 5. Angle 3 plus angle 4 equals angle 5. So 35 plus 73. So angle 5 is 108 degrees. Angle 5 and angle 2 are corresponding angles, but they're not equal. So we can say angle 2 and angle 5 are corresponding, but they are not equal or congruent, so A is not parallel to B. That's one way we can do it. Another way, though, once I know this part right here, if I know that's 108 degrees, I can figure out this one. Now some of you are saying, Mr. Kuhn, A is parallel to B. Doesn't this have to be 62 degrees? Well, we don't know A is parallel to B. So I can't say this is 62 degrees and then use that to prove the lines are parallel. I have to use the other angle measures given. I can only say this is 62 degrees if I know the lines are parallel. But I don't know the lines are parallel, so I can't figure out this is 62 degrees. All right, so the other way we can do this, let's start with the same thing. Angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to angle 5. 35 plus 73 is angle 5, so angle 5 is 108. Angle 1 plus angle 5 is 180 because they form a line. So angle 5 must be, angle 1 has got to be equal to 72 degrees. And we come over here. Angle 1 and angle 2 are not supplementary because 72 plus 118 does not equal 180. So I'm going to come down here to the bottom. I'll switch colors for you. That means the consecutive interior angles are not supplementary, so A is not parallel to B. QED. Are the lines parallel? Explain. If they're not parallel, you still need to explain though, okay? So now it's your turn. On this side, explain if the lines are parallel. This is just a basic one, going through an explanation. Down here, there's several different things that might or might not be parallel, so you got to check, okay? And down here, same sort of thing. Same sort of thing. Again, feel free to maybe call this angle 5 and call this whole one over here angle 6. Okay? The whole thing, that whole one angle 5, that one angle 6, if you need to. Up here, same thing. Feel free to name these angles. It's going to be a lot easier, make your life a lot easier. All right. So you do numbers 4, 5, and 6 and turn them in. I will give you feedback so that you can get better with it. Thanks for watching.